Namaskar. In this episode, now we shall learn about the quality of food. Now you only tell me what should be the quality of food.
Hygienic.
Yes, that is the primary requirement. We have always to cook with clean hands. So there has to be the habit of washing hands before cooking. Even the kitchen should be very neat and clean. The main material of foodstuff should be not rotten, neither contaminated. Then next,
Fresh.
yes, even fresh food is very much important because nowadays when both the spouses are working outside, then they cook the food at a time in big quantity, put it into the freeze and use it for 2-3 days. It's a very bad habit because it's a stale food. Rather than giving nutrition, it would harm the body. Okay? Anything else?
Nutritious.
Yes. That is the most important part. Diet should be very, very nutritious. And to understand the nutrition from different varieties of food, we shall divide it into 5-6 groups like grains or cereals, pulses, fruits, vegetables, ghee, oil, and then dairy products. Let's deal with the first one, cereals, the grains. This year is declared as millets year. So, millets are very easy to digest and nutritious too. But still, for the years together, there are many races who are wheat eaters. So, what about the wheat? It is the heaviest grain to digest. That is for sure. But still, it also has its own importance.
Ma'am, usually people avoid wheat due to gluten-free concept. And other side, people are eating lots of maida things. Means usually outside recipe they contain, each and every recipe contains maida. What do you say about it?
According to me, maida is nothing but a slow poison. And I am very much worried when young children are on biscuits and all sorts of varieties of maida products. Just tell me how maida is prepared if you know.
No.
Wheat are soaked into water for 2-3 days. After that, the whole outer layer completely it is separated. When we remove the outer layer of the wheat, along with that, our fibers, our B complex, even the selenium, which is the very important tonic for the muscles of the heart, and vitamin E at the point of germination. So all these things, they go away. Then what remains? Only gluten, because gluten is in the middle part of the wheat. So maida is very rich in gluten. The gluten of wheat may be digested if the person has enough gastric fire, but maida is never so digestible. That undigested maida covers the bacterial flora of the small intestine and hampers the production of vitamin B12. You all know that vegetarian food is highly restricted for vitamin B12. Very few items they contain B12. In that case, can we afford this loss?
No.
Even so many vegetarians, they are suffering from B12 deficiency.
Yes.
Not only that, many of them, particularly the youngsters, they shift to non-veg. Is that the solution?
But many of the doctors are suggesting to start eating non-vegetarian foods.
That is the poverty of this country.
Okay.
Actually, people don't know that B12 can be produced that way also.
Yeah, that's true. That is why, rather than shifting to non veg, one should definitely improve the digestion so that the natural production of B12 given by the God
Okay.
will be there by your own intestines.
Hmm.
Now, the gluten of maida.
Hmm.
Maida is gluten rich food, and gluten is well known to slow down the conduction of nerve impulses. So, it can interfere with the abilities of the brain. It can cause dementia in a long run,
Hmm.
or even the gradual mental retardation too.
Okay.
This is why maida is as bad as poison. Now, next group of food, the pulses.
Hmm.
Here I would clear one thing, that so far as the diet is concerned, we shall consider only vegetarian food.
Hmm.
So, pulses are the most important source of proteins.
Hmm.
To digest it well, to make it more digestible,
Hmm.
we have to soak it for 2-3 hours in warm water and then should be well cooked.
Okay.
Ma'am, what do you say about raw sprouts, which is usually prescribed by dietitians?
Yeah. Sprouts in general, they are very nutritious.
Hmm.
They have good amount of vitamins and minerals too. Particularly vitamin C, which is never there in the pulses, is getting produced by the process of germination. But at the same time, it is very heavy to digest. Not vitamin C, the pulses as such. So it should never be taken raw unless you have optimum quality of digestion. Usually it should be cooked, but cooked in a closed vessel so that it doesn't lose its vitamin C. Pulses should be mixed with little oil, dry ginger or fresh ginger, then with garlic or parsley seed. They are for the better digestion of pulses because it is heavier to digest. It can cause gases otherwise.
Hmm.
Here, I would also add another interesting fact. All the pulses have their fixed amino acids.
Hmm.
Some may have 2, some have 4, 5, whatever.
Hmm.
When they are mixed together, certain amino acids with certain amino acids again, when they combine, it can create some new amino acids. And this is why in many regions of the country, we find certain recipes with mixed pulses like Parsis dhan shak, khichdo during Uttarayan,
Usal misal.
usal misal, yeah, that is also that. Even the mixed dal, trevti dal, very much famous in Gujarat.
Okay.
Usually, pulses should be avoided in the dinner because it can create gas. So, lunch would be the better time to eat. Then comes vegetables.
Hmm.
Vegetables should be always seasonal vegetables.
Hmm.
Out of the season, it is always grown with many heavy pesticides
Hmm.
or fertilizers, which again harms more than the benefits. Now, so many people, they have the wrong concept of salads. They only eat salads in meals.
Hmm.
This much quantity of salad, nothing else. According to Ayurveda, food should be well cooked.
Hmm.
No raw food is prescribed
Okay.
because though it may contain better vitamins or little more quantity of minerals, vitamins, still when it is heavier to digest due to its water content,
Hmm.
it should not be preferred.
Okay.
If you want to have salads, you can have, but in limited quantity, as well as it should be mixed with raw oil or sometimes butter or pepper or ginger, dry ginger, some such spices should be there with that.
Hmm.
only raw vegetables are highly restricted. Fruits, even for the fruits, the same principle applies that we have to take the seasonal fruits only to avoid the fertilizers.
Okay.
When I am talking of seasonal, it is also important to know that organic food is very important nowadays because so many places we are finding that it is full of inorganic food only. We hardly can find any organic food. And do you know that is the root cause right from cancer to AIDS and even autoimmune diseases. Next comes oil and ghee. We have to understand the importance of oil and ghee both because that is also a very wrong notion in the society that one should be away from fat foods. Do you know fat food is highly responsible for the digestion of vitamin A, D, E and K. All four vitamins are well digested due to fat. Even all the cell membranes, they are made of fat. Fat is the lubrication in all the joints. It is also the luster of the skin. Even if we are talking of oil, it prevents gas formation by improving the digestion. If we are taking ghee, that too particularly cow ghee, A2 cow ghee, it stimulates the bile, which is very much important for the digestion of fat. Not only that, it contains natural gold, natural aurum, which is one of the best brain tonics. And this is how it is described as a medhya drug. Medhya means which improves the all qualities of brain.
Ma'am, I have a question that which oil should we have for regular diet?
Yeah, there are varieties of oil available in the market. As per the region it is used. Like groundnut oil, teal oil, coconut oil, mustard oil, etc. But we have to remember that all these oils should be used cold press only because refined oils during the process of refinement they are mixed with many chemicals which really harm the body. Even while eating ghee and oil, we have also to remember they are better if they are eaten raw.
Okay.
Now the last is dairy products.
Ma'am, what is your view on the vegan food?
Yeah, so many people are under misconception of avoiding dairy products. Under the name of vegan food, they really don't prefer it. But I would say, according to the scriptures, according to the ancient science, milk was one of the best food. Not only that, it is called Sadhya Shukrakar. That is, it improves the fertility of the person. It gives quality to the skin and even it's a brain tonic. Not only that, curd, buttermilk, butter, even raw milk, they are the main source of vitamin B12. Only cheese should be minimized in the food because it is very heavy to digest. If it is used regularly for a long time, then it can damage the liver also.
Ma'am, what do you say about paneer?
Yeah, cottage cheese is good enough. It is nutritious, having good protein, and it is easily digestible also.
So the people who don't have oil or ghee or dairy products, due to lack of this, does it cause any disease?
See, when they are the good source of immunity, even it can prevent the premature degeneration of the body. So, from that, you can understand the importance of that. And immunity lacking diseases are many, many, many. No needs to quote one or two names. Let us end this episode here.
Hmm.
In the next episode, we shall start with Viruddhahar, a unique concept of Ayurveda.